oh my God, going to work with the morning sickness and the tiredness and everything, trying to focus on work or on anything was a mission. I know that it's called morning sickness, but I was sick all day, every day, including the night, especially during the night, especially during the evening. In the morning, I wasn't that bad. But after 11, 12 o'clock, oh my God, I was enjoying my bump so much, and 4 kilos. I squeezed out for a 4 kilos baby and I didn't have any tearing. I still can't believe it. It's still a shock to me. As promised, after talking about my loss, I'm coming back to tell you more about my pregnancies on a more positive note this time. No more crying, I promise. I had a miscarriage in July 2021, and then it took us a few months to get pregnant again. And I had my first baby in December 2022, and now my second one in February 2025. So there's a 2 years and 2 months difference between them. And I want to talk about the pregnancy experience. I've had very easy pregnancies. I genuinely think it is because I kept on with my exercise routine. I had an exercise routine before getting pregnant, and I kept on with my exercise routine and eating healthy, nutritious meals, and generally keeping a positive mindset. I think that the meditations that I was listening to during my first pregnancy contributed to me having less anxiousness about being pregnant, giving birth, life with a newborn, and so on. As I've mentioned in my previous video on the loss that I had, on the miscarriage, the fact that I had the miscarriage really affected me, and I was really anxious during my first pregnancy, especially in the first few weeks until I had the first scan, because in my previous pregnancy I didn't make it to the first scan. And I remember the day of the scan, I was completely petrified. The scan was in the afternoon, and in the morning I was working from home. I just couldn't focus on anything. It was really hard, and even afterwards during the pregnancy I was trying to prepare myself mentally that if anything happened, okay, you can't really prepare for it, but at least to have it in the back of your mind that, things happen. Because things happen, sadly. Otherwise, my first pregnancy was the most beautiful, the happiest I had ever been in my life up to that point. I was enjoying my bump so much and listening to these meditations and talking to the baby, and my husband was talking to the baby so much, and we were connecting as a couple so much, and everything was about the baby. And I was researching everything, what I needed for a newborn, life with a newborn, what I should do in pregnancy, in all of the stages of the pregnancy. Obviously checking the apps all the time, as you would when you're pregnant for the first time. In the first pregnancy, I spent it mostly researching everything, anything. I was watching mom vlogs all the time. I mean, in my spare time, obviously, because I was still working. But on my way to work, during my lunch breaks, in the evening, in the shower, while I was eating, you name it, I was watching vlogs, mom experiences. As I'm hoping you now are watching this to learn my experience and surround yourself with positive experiences, because apart from my loss, my miscarriage, everything has been positive. And it's very important to surround ourselves with positive experiences so that we can enjoy this, the miracle of life. Enjoy every stage and every season. In terms of pregnancy symptoms, how I knew I was pregnant each time, including with the baby that I miscarried, all 3 times, I knew I was pregnant by the fact that I didn't have the same stamina, the same endurance. I was sweating a lot, doing something that normally doesn't make me sweat, like hoovering the house. I was drenched in sweat. because my periods are not very regular anyway, so that's not a reliable sign. And I suffered with morning sickness in both of my full-term pregnancies. Not with my first one. I didn't suffer with morning sickness. If anything, I was eating lots and lots. But these full-term pregnancies, oh my goodness, I just wanted to eat bread, toast, even just like that, even just plain toast. Whereas I would normally have lots of vegetables. I couldn't see salads. I couldn't. It was just survival mode. For a few weeks, I was in survival mode. Luckily, after the 12 weeks, it started tapering off and the sickness went away. I know that some women suffer with morning sickness for much longer than I did. But I was lucky in this sense. But honestly, oh my God, going to work with the morning sickness and the tiredness and everything, trying to focus on work or on anything was a mission. I was feeling so sick from the stomach, even walking to the office, doing anything. I know that it's called morning sickness, but I was sick all day, every day, including the night, especially during the night, especially during the evening. In the morning, I wasn't that bad. But after 11, 12 o'clock, oh my God. In terms of exercise, if I managed to do, I don't know, 3 times a week, a short session in the morning, I was happy. Yeah, I didn't push myself or anything during those few weeks. So that's it with the morning sickness. Another thing that happened to me was pelvic girdle pain. And the way it affected me was in my lower back here. And it was really bad, especially in my second pregnancy, because I also had the toddler that I was chasing, and I couldn't rest whenever I was in pain. It affected me in my first and second trimester, which is very weird. So I got the pain very, very early on. From the first weeks, I got pelvic girdle pain. And in the second trimester, it got really, really bad. But the fact that I was doing certain exercises, it really helped, like the pigeon pose, hamstrings exercises, back exercises. They were helping managing the pain and the stretches that I did as well. And you can watch these on my channel, the stretches that I did and the pigeon pose as well. So whenever I felt the pain coming, I was doing this standing pigeon pose. It was helping most of the time. And then in the third trimester, poof, gone. Gone. No more pelvic girdle pain, which was good because obviously I was dealing with other sorts of pains, the pressure in the pelvis and so on, and the weight of the belly itself. I didn't need more pain to deal with. I didn't have any swollen feet at all. I exercised up until the final days, and the only reason why I didn't exercise up until the last day was because, listen to this, I was getting ill all the time, and I actually gave birth to both children being ill with cold, especially with him. I was full with cold. Luckily, I don't know, nature works in a way that when I was in the middle of giving birth to him, I forgot all about the cold and I was able to breathe through the pain and breathe him out, squeeze him out. This big baby, big chubby baby, 4 kilos. I squeezed out for a 4 kilos baby and I didn't have any tearing. I still can't believe it. It's still a shock to me. Just over an hour, he came out. He was in such a hurry to come out, and also in a hurry to come into this world because we wanted to have another child and we didn't want to leave it too long because I'm 14. I was 39 at the time of getting pregnant. I had just one period after my first baby because I breastfed him for a long time, and my period came when he was around 1 year and 4 months old, and I had just one period, and then poof, I got pregnant. So I haven't had a period in a very, very long time. Very long time. I still don't have my period back, but I presume because he's not feeding as much through the night, I'm gonna get my period back sooner than with my toddler, who was not a very good sleeper, and I would feed him through the night multiple times. But this one, no, he's a sleepyhead. Most of the time, not all the time. With both pregnancies, I harvested colostrum, which was quite difficult. With my toddler, when I was pregnant with my first one, I would spend a lot of time trying to harvest colostrum, but it did come much easier after the 38, 39 weeks, because I started from 37 weeks. Yeah, because I was thinking that maybe he would come earlier, so I was in a bit of a rush. But after a few weeks of practice, I harvested quite a lot of colostrum. I didn't end up using it because it didn't go to the neonatal unit or anything like that, which is what it's for. That's why you're harvesting colostrum, so that in case of anything, you can give the baby some very good nutrients. And I ended up giving him the colostrum after he was born, because they were asking me to top him up with more milk until my milk came in. When I was pregnant with this one, the second one, it was very easy for me to harvest colostrum. It was coming out very easily. If you're pregnant for the second time, what happened to me also during my second pregnancy is having to potty train my toddler, heavily pregnant at 7 months pregnant, which was quite a challenge, but I did it. I potty trained him, but obviously it's a journey, so it's still ongoing, 9 months in, and sometimes we're struggling. He's going through progressions and regressions. Now he's having a regression because he started a new nursery and he's going more days in nurseries, and he's a bit stressed about it, obviously. Yeah, that was a challenge. Sleep during pregnancy. I had good enough sleep for me, because normally I have a very interrupted sleep. I wake up many times during the night to go to the toilet, and obviously during pregnancy you wake up even more times. So sometimes I would wake up more than 5 times to go toilet, and sometimes it was just the sensation of having to go toilet, and then you think that you're gonna do the biggest wee in the world, but no, just very little comes out. It's very, very weird, very, very weird. Apart from that, sleeping, the meditations, they were helping me a lot fall asleep. I will leave here a link actually for the meditation that I was listening to. And the problem was that I was getting ill too often during my pregnancies. In both of my pregnancies, I was getting ill very, very often. Every month or so, I was getting ill. I know that the immune system goes down when you have a baby because the baby is taking all of the nutrients and everything. But honestly, it was too much. It was too much. I'm curious if this has happening to other women as well. Let me know in comments if this is happening to you as well. Being sick with cold every other month, every other week, and the cold would last for a very long time. It just wouldn't go away. It's crazy. But now, ever since I gave birth, I haven't been ill, not even once. It's crazy. I'm curious now, going back to work, because I'm going back to work on Monday. Today's Thursday. What's gonna happen? Because I'm gonna be super tired commuting and looking after 2 children and the house and everything. And the job is challenging as well. So I'm gonna update you on that. Otherwise, obviously during pregnancy, you have this feeling of nesting. You need to be prepared for the baby. You need to have everything in order. Spoiler alert, you don't need as many things for a baby. You really don't. I had so many things, so many things, and I ended up using just a few of them, just a few outfits, just, I don't know, maybe 6, 7 outfits, at least until they are 1 year old, until they start walking. You mostly have them in baby grows, and you don't need that many baby grows, especially if you're gonna do your washing every 2-3 days. I mean, how many do you need? Honestly, I didn't need more than 6, 7 baby grows and vests and so on. Towels, baby towels. You don't need baby towels. You want big towels to wrap them in those fluffy big towels. Baby towels, they are too little. You can't wrap them up in the baby towels. Honestly, they don't need that many stuff. I need to make an episode on this. And the hospital bag, again, you don't need that much stuff. I stayed only 1 night in the hospital with both of them. But obviously, okay, if you're having an emergency C-section, I understand. But you don't need that many things. With the first one, I remember I packed 3 big bags. We were carrying the bags in the hospital. So many bags with pillows and everything. Oh my goodness. You don't need that many things. You really don't. I didn't even wear anything in the hospital. I just wore the gown that they gave me. You don't need to have your own dressing gown. This consumerism is too much. It's too much. I hope you've enjoyed it. The baby has been feeding all this time. He's actually falling asleep. But I enjoy just holding him here. I'm gonna put him in the buggy and go home. We're not far away from home. We came out on this beautiful day, and I think it's actually my last chance to relax without having both children with me, because tomorrow is Friday and every Friday my toddler is home, so we're gonna spend the day together. Starting work, a new era begins for me, a new reality. But I'm gonna take you with me through my new reality and see how I'm gonna adapt going back to work, how I'm gonna adapt my workout routine and everything. And obviously making these videos takes a bit of time as well, and editing them and publishing them. But I don't want to stop because I like making these videos. They are so good for me. They are really good for me, and I've learned so many new skills from these videos, like video editing and filming and being comfortable with talking like this to you. And I want to document my journey. I want to remember these moments. I want to savor them. Years from now, I want to savor them. See you in the next episode, and don't forget to be kind and grateful. Kind to yourself, especially kind to others, and grateful for everything that we have. Because us in these countries, we have a lot. And unfortunately there are others in other countries that have very little or nothing. They don't have what to eat, where to sleep, and so on, and that's very sad. So we should remind ourselves every day that we are extremely lucky, that we don't live in a war zone, that we have what to eat, we have a warm bed to sleep in. It means a lot. That's why I keep saying at the end of my videos to be kind and grateful. Every time I'm practicing kindness and gratefulness, I feel that my heart rate is slowing down, and I'm feeling happier. I'm feeling more content. I'm living more in the moment rather than being stressed about everything. And we need throughout the day a few moments where we don't rush around doing everything, because this is what I do most of the day, just to rush and try to do as much as possible.